Hi, this is Matthew Cratter from Trader University, and today I want to talk about the best way that I know to possibly turn $5,000 into over $1 million. And that's using something called perpetual options. In this case, a call option. Now, the nice thing about call options, long call options, is that you have limited risk and unlimited reward. So, for example, you might risk, as we say, we're going to risk about $5,000. And the nice thing about this sort of trade is that you can decide how much you want to risk. And your risk is limited, but your reward, your upside, is unlimited. Or if not unlimited, it's much higher. It's a huge order of magnitude higher than the amount you're risking. So in this case, you're risking $5K to make $1 million or more. Now, how are we going to do this? Well, call options, the one problem with call options is that they eventually expire. And the longer that you want the call option to last, the more money you have to pay. So I spent a lot of time thinking about how to find the best perpetual options. Now you can think of a stock, a share of stock, as a perpetual option. What do I mean by perpetual option? Well, it's just an option that has no expiration date. So if you buy shares of Microsoft or Apple or Tesla, you basically have a perpetual call option. The stock could go up a lot, and the stock could also go to zero. So you know what your risk is. Your risk is limited to the amount of money you put in the stock. Your reward is unlimited. And this is the nice thing about being long stocks. Now, there's another new asset that has a huge amount of scarcity. Obviously talking about Bitcoin here. And the nice thing about Bitcoin is it has huge upside with limited downside. So in this sense, it functions like a call option. And because it doesn't have an expiration, it's what you might call a perpetual option. So currently, Bitcoin is trading, as I'm recording this video, it's trading right around 8,000, 8,338. Nice thing about Bitcoin is you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You could buy half a Bitcoin or some fractional amount of a Bitcoin. But let's just say that we buy a half of a Bitcoin right here. So I promised you in the title of this video that we'd only be risking 5K. I actually exaggerated slightly. We're only going to be risking $4,169. So less than 5K. This is because we're going to buy a half a Bitcoin. You can do this at any Bitcoin broker. I like Coinbase, especially Coinbase Pro. You can also do it at Robinhood. But basically, you buy a half a Bitcoin here. It'll cost you roughly $4,000 depending where it's trading. It's been currently trading between about $8,000 and $12,000 for the last few months. But you can buy half a Bitcoin here, risk just a little more than $4,000. And if you decide to do this, and again, it's not investment advice. I own a lot of Bitcoins. I'm very bullish on this. But if you decide to do this after consulting with a financial advisor, you could even buy a quarter of a Bitcoin. But anyway, you're risking a fixed amount. Now, why am I extremely bullish on Bitcoin? Well, I'm going to link to a paper down here by a guy named Plan B, who's basically a quant investor from the Netherlands. It's a fairly technical paper. If you have a math or finance background, it's not too hard to read. But what he's basically done is he has modeled Bitcoin pricing using the amount that is currently exists, the current inventory, compared to the amount that's being mined every year. And he compares it to gold and some of the other commodity metals like silver and platinum and palladium. Using this model, and this model has worked extremely well over the last few years to pick sort of a price around which Bitcoin oscillates. But if you use this model, you eventually end up with 100 trillion market cap for Bitcoin, simply because it's a very scarce asset. There's going to be a lot of institutional interest in it, and it's going to be priced based on this stock to flow calculation. You come up with a value of 100 trillion, the total of all the Bitcoin in the world, 100 trillion market cap by roughly 2028. So about 8 or 9 years from now. Now, what is 100 trillion market cap equate per Bitcoin? It's roughly 4.75 million per Bitcoin. So to put this in perspective, Bitcoin right now is trading around 8,000. After the May 2020 halving, where the rewards for the miners goes down, this model is predicting a target of, call it $55,000 per Bitcoin. So $8,000 now, going up to 55K. And then by 2028, a 100 trillion market cap. It's hard to believe. This is we've never seen anything like this, but we've also never seen anything, any commodity, any scarce asset with a stock to flow like Bitcoin is going to have. In other words, there's a very fixed quantity. There's less than 21 million coins, and the amount that are being produced every year is plummeting every year, especially every 4 years. And this has been a very good model for predicting where Bitcoin's going to be. So this has Bitcoin going to above $1 million in 2028. In fact, anywhere between 2 million and what did we say, 4.75 million. And so if you own a half a Bitcoin at 4.75 million, you will have call it 2.38 million dollars. Each Bitcoin will be worth north of $2 million. In other words, you will have turned, and even if it only goes up, even if it doesn't go quite that high, let's say it only goes to half that, you'll still end up with in excess of $1 million worth of Bitcoin. So again, we're talking about perpetual options here, limited downside, and they don't have any expiration. So I think this is a great trade, and I've been accumulating Bitcoin over the last few months. If you want to see, get an actual glimpse inside of one of my Bitcoin investment accounts, you can just click in the link below, and it'll take you to a subscription to Trader University, where you can follow all my cryptocurrency investments, especially Bitcoin. And I put out a new lecture every time, or a new video every time I buy some. I just bought some more Bitcoin today around these prices on October 14th, 2019. And in addition to getting access to this, you'll also get access to all of my courses: learn to trade options, learn to trade stocks, swing trading with options. So if this is something that interests you, I'm running a special for my YouTube viewers. Just click in the description notes below. And normally monthly tuition, 30-day tuition, is $125 per 30 days access. So you just click here, get it now. But I have a discount code that you can use. If you scroll down here and click have a coupon code and type in YouTube 2019, click update, you'll see that the price goes from $125 a month to just $99 a month. You can subscribe for just 1 month. There are no long-term contracts, so you could subscribe, take a look at watch all my crypto videos in here, watch all the lectures, in fact, watch all the courses, and then cancel after 30 days. Again, no long-term contracts. The other thing you can do is you can just buy some Bitcoin here. If it meets your, after meeting with a financial advisor, if it meets your risk-reward criteria, you don't even need to sign up for a course. You can just check out, you can just open up an account with maybe Robinhood, Coinbase. I don't have any affiliation with either, though I do have accounts with both of them. Buy some Bitcoin here, and then don't check the price. Don't check the price at all. Just put it away, and the worst that happens, you will have lost, what did we say, $4,100 something dollars, $4,169 at today's prices. If something good happens, you could end up with in excess per Bitcoin of more than $2 million in your account in, call it 8 to 10 years from now. So I think this is a great trade. This is a trade I have on. As I said, I've been buying Bitcoin over the last few months. Thanks a lot for listening. If you have any comments, questions, put them in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're interested in Bitcoin and trading options, momentum stocks. This sort of thing is what I like to cover, especially trades that have limited downside and really large upside. Thanks a lot for listening. I'll see you in the next video.